Okay, in our last video, we were working on this program right here, the the WaterBob program, sorry, WaterBob, and we had it running where we had a whole bunch of step moves, and when we ran through this, he would go, and he would continue up the steps. But a better way to use the step move is in a while loop. That way our program will not be terribly long. Okay, so open WaterBob and the WaterBob island. We can add varying water steps all the way to the top, and I want you to do that, add the varying water steps all the way to the top. And the way I want it to look at the end, okay, you're gonna do a save as and save the program as WaterBob2 and the island as WaterBob2, and you're going to add a flower at 0.23. So if you're over here, we're going to rewind this. You're going to add a flower at 0.23. So we're going to find 0.23 and add a flower, okay? And make sure that you don't end it like this, where the water, ends right here. Make sure that you kind of end it where there's some space for him to go up. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to take this water, and again you're using varying steps all the way up, and we're going to end it like this. So now we have some varying, it's just random steps all the way. And let's come back over here, and we're going to change our step move. Instead of having step move, step move, step move code over and over and over again, we're going to use a while loop. So I want you to take this while loop, Control C, come back over here, and we are going to paste this in. Remember that you're doing a file save as, and you are going to name it WaterBob2. And we're going to name our island. We're going to do a save as on our island and name it WaterBob2. Okay. And so now we're going to run this. And let's see. Oh, you know what I did? I took out all the main method stuff. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to pause this just for a second. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove the step move information and paste in our while loop. So while bob.is flower head bob step move, and I'm going to fix this because my step move has a capital M in it, and I am going to run this program, and let's see, well, there's no flower ahead of him, so he's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so now it says, this is how the line reads. The while line reads, while there is a flower ahead of Bob, Bob should move. But Bob's not moving because there's no flower ahead of him. So what we want it to say is, while there is not a flower ahead of Bob, Bob should move. And we can do this. This is the last new thing we're going to learn in Giroux. It's called the not feature. And the not feature is a logic feature. It says this is a logic not, which in Giroux code and in Java code is the exclamation mark. So we're going to change that while line to say while not bob.is flower ahead. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we're going to paste this in. So while not bob.is flower ahead, bob step move. So I'm going to rewind this and I'm going to play it, and so now he's going to continue to move as long as there's not a flower ahead of him. So he's going to go all the way up, and there he goes, and he stops on the flower. Alright, so now it says before you start the assignment, you're going to open netrow, and we're going to add a flower at the end of it and change the boolean so it stops when it gets to the flower. So let's do that. Let's go over here to netrow, and we are going to open that program. I'm going to pause this just for a second, and we'll come right back to it. Alright, now that we have netrow open, let's look at it. So we're going to add a flower to the very end. We're going to add a flower right here, and we want the code to make it stop when he gets to the flower. So we say while. We can use that same exact while we did this, while not Bob flower ahead. So we're going to copy this. We're going to come back over here. We're going to change this while loop So while not Bob is flower ahead, Bob's going to do row move. So if we do this, he's going to go, and he keeps going until he gets to the end, and when he gets to the flower, he stops. And that makes our program better. All right, so now we are going to look at the assignments in our next video for this lesson. If you have any questions, please contact me.